Hey, what's up guys? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome back to another Hem stream. We're live here on VATSIM. We're going to be heading up and trying to save some lives here in Scotland, in the beautiful Golf Sierra Alpha Sierra, part of the Scottish Air Ambulance Service and the fantastic Hype Performance Group H145 Airbus helicopter. Looking forward to this. Been a little while since we've done HEMS. I think a couple of weeks since we went up. It's a very popular thing on the channel. I know a lot of you guys enjoy it, so I thought we would hop up and yeah, get some rescues done. I got about 2 hours before I got to go and get ready for the school run. I am on school run duty today, so we've got a couple of hours so we can get up there and save some lives and make a difference. Get up there and make a difference. So we're in here in the cockpit. What I'll do is I'll get my tablet up. Why is that button not working? That is supposed to be toggle tablet. Hold on a second, maybe I need to just quickly change my controls. Good to see Silverbird back again. Welcome, dude. I want this to cyclic and VPC throttle to helicopter. There we go. Apply and save. Go back, resume. And there we go, it works. Alright, nice one. Right, so we haven't got our call just yet. We haven't got our first scramble. We need to go ahead and connect up to the emergency service first. So we'll come up top and turn on the battery through test, and the battery is on. We're looking for powered up test OK. I'll go ahead and turn off the cockpit tooltips in a little second. Powered up test is OK, that is in green. Just give me a second here while we go into general miscellaneous. In fact, it's words accessibility. Off, apply, and save. Hey, Aaron, welcome back, dude. Welcome back. Enjoyed flying with you last night, man. Hope you had a good sortie. Alright, we'll top the aircraft up with fuel. There we are, we're at 100%. Go ahead and select the crew weight. We'll just put 300 kilos for all of us. Validate and previous. We'll come down and turn on our radio systems. It's this button, isn't it? Yep, there we go. Connect to mission to begin. Right. So we're here at Glasgow. We're at the Gamma Aviation facility for the Scottish Air Ambulance. We'll probably go to somewhere up in the Highlands. We'll see where this generates a mission for us. Go to mission library, random and everywhere, and I want the latest one, which is this one. We'll come down and hit the call button. We are connecting. Alright, single player. We're connected with the dispatch centre. We'll go to next dispatch. Students have fallen from school stairs? Nah. Chairlift, that's going to be a ski centre, we've done that. Students have fallen from school stairs again, there's a lot. I suppose the school kids go back to school. They're all back at school now, so. Reported injuries at a road traffic collision. That sounds like a good one to scramble to. So we'll go to custom location. Full scene. Now we just select the point on the map that we want. We'll change the orientation. That one is putting in a default up at Clydebank. We don't want that. We want somewhere a little bit more up north. We will do it near the Glenfinnan Aqueduct. Shout out to all you Harry Potter champs, which is, well, there's Loch Garry. I think it's further up than that. Let me work out where we are. There's Fort William here. Here we go. There's the Glenfinnan Aqueduct there. So we'll put the incident just on this road here. Boom. Accept destination. Accept dispatch. I can zoom this out. And cabin preparation is underway. Alright, so we'll come up and we'll turn on the anti-collision, the strobe light as well. We'll get the position lights once we are up and running. Just make sure that that goes all the way through. Still loading. That's all good. Right, we'll come up top and get ready to hop off the good foot and do the bad thing. So the first thing I'll do is I'll ask George to hop out and do the walk around. The prime pumps. Don't mind just hopping out, George, and just check for the aircraft as we get started. Fuel. You know the drill, George. You know the drill. Out you get, sir. Alright, thank you very much. Waiting for co-pilot to reach the checkpoint. Alright, he is in the right place, so we have the prime pumps are on. Everything else is off that should be off. We'll go ahead and start engine number 1. Right, one's coming up. $68 miles. Alright, engine number 2. And while that's coming up, we'll turn off the prime pump, turn on the transfer pump for 1. Alright, 2 is up. Both engines are sitting at idle. Prime pump off, transfer pump on. Right, T's and P's all look good. Fuel is checked. Alright, we'll get the overhead panel set up now, so we want the DC voltage on for the guys in the back, standby battery and avionics. We'll go ahead and get the lavcast set to pilot. We'll arm the emergency floats. Turn on the co-pilot and pilot static heaters. Prime pumps are both off, transfer pumps are on. The lights are all good and set. We don't need the air conditioning. TOS is set to mute. We don't need the landing light. We'll come up and set flight on 1, guarded. Flight on 2, guarded. George is in. Hey McGee, welcome back. Tits McGee's in the house as well. Good to see you, sir. Alright, both engines selected to flight. We're watching the rotor RPM build up to above 100%. Okay, T's and P's are good. Torque sharing is confirmed. We'll come down and grab the backup autopilot. We'll get AP1, AP2. They are all on. The master list is clear. We'll turn on our transponder. 122.8. We're live on that. So, that one and on that on 2. There we are, really good. Alright, we have no ATC here at Glasgow, so we're pretty much ready to go. Just a quick check on the overhead panel, make sure everything is good and set. Yeah. Alright, we are ready to go. Okay, so we're going to bring the aircraft up. We'll do a quick power check in the Hover, and then we will air taxi out to this taxiway, and we'll just depart straight over the active runway out towards the Erskine Bridge, and then we'll be heading into the Scottish Highlands. Yo, Pilot, what's up, dude? Pilot 1290, dude, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 3 months in advance. That is awesome, bro. Thank you so much for that, dude. That's insane. Lee Russell's in the house on YouTube, so is FPV. Welcome, guys. What's up, Jack? Good to see you, dude. Alright, clear on the left, the doors are shut. Clear on the right, the doors are shut. And in the back, the doors are closed. Alright. In fact, before I do this, I need to get the NavD up on here with HTOS boxed, and we'll BMS on the left, validate, and previous for that. Alright, we're good to go now. Alright, power's coming up. Waiting for the aircraft to feel light on the skids as we slowly increase power. Alright, there's aircraft light, a little bit of left pedal, and then commit 3, 2, 1, up we go. Alright, stable and ground effect, we're pulling below the blue line, there's no warnings from the master list, T's and P's are all looking good, the rotor RPM is stable at 101%, clear on the right, clear on the left. Ah, Pilot is Lee Russell on YouTube, brother, thank you so much for the cross-platform support, Lee. That is massive for me, dude, thank you so much. Okay, clear on the right hand side, nothing's coming out of land. Clear on the left hand side, nothing's taken off. Alright, we're going to accelerate to our VTOS, our velocity takeoff speed, our velocity takeoff safety speed rather, which is 45 knots. There it is, we'll start the climb. Up we go. Alright, power's below the blue line, there's no warnings on the master list, the rotor RPM is stable, T's and P's are all still looking good. Okay, keep the climb. There's a River Clyde in front of us. And routing up towards the northwest now. What a nice day.
Tom Cruise!
Hey, what's up, Toms? Tom Cruise is in the back, bro. We're going somewhere. Okay, over our departure point. Out we go. So I reordered the Stream Deck today, Doms. Should hopefully be here by the end of the week. Oh, I bought a small payware program that changes the size of all the trees. So we shouldn't have any more 300 foot high trees now. It looks a little bit better. Alright, we'll clear this terrain in front of us and then we'll engage our upper modes. Hopefully I'll get some conditioner, yeah. Alright, let's get the upper modes in, so we'll go heading first. Altitude. And airspeed. We'll bump up the altitude. And we'll bring the aircraft to the right. Get back on course. there's our track line there. Okay, we're at altitude, we can start accelerating. And I'm just standing by to couple to nav. The autopilot always over torques the rotor system. I don't like that. Right, we're just establishing on track now. And we'll take a couple on the autopilot. What's up, White Eagle? Is that Accu season? Are you talking about the trees? I actually don't know, dude, if that's what you're talking about. It was only like $4 or something. Right, quite a nice day for flying. The winds are nice and light, coming from 055 at 7 knots at the moment. Oh wow, Deltas, we have a massive
Good
gift.
afternoon, everyone.
Dude, thank you so much for the 1,500 bits. What an absolute animal. Thank you so much, brother. Take a little bit more speed. I was a bit naughty on departure. I didn't actually set my decision height. Decision altitude is also set. And we'll take our synthetic display. Hey Tim, good afternoon. White Eagle on YouTube says, I use Aqua Season to change the tree size. It also changes the ground colour. Depending on the season, I don't think I got the same one, dude. It didn't say anything about changing the ground colour. I think it's just the tree size. But it looks much better now. Looks a bit more realistic rather than 300-foot trees around the place everywhere. So this is Loch Lomond we're coming up to. Tits McGee says, I have a pilot for grey flag today, mate. Nice. So I can practice more and cover the stuff you said yesterday. Awesome, dude. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to get the chance to fly on grey flag today. I have to pick the little man up from school at about 3:30, and my girlfriend is out of town tonight. She is away with her work, so it's just me and the little guy. We're having a boys' night in. His mum thinks I'm going to be cooking him dinner, but I think it's going to be Domino's pizza instead for me and the little guy, and then we'll settle down. We'll have a bit of a movie night. And I'll try and get him to bed at about 8 o'clock, which means I'll probably finish the bedtime. I'll start the bedtime routine at about 20 past 7. I'll finish the bedtime routine at about 10 past 9. I might squeeze in a cheeky stream, but I'm on the school run in the morning tomorrow morning, so I can't be up too late tonight. I was up far too late last night. Got to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I really struggled to get to sleep. I'm still awake at 2:30. Last time I looked at the clock, it was like 2:36 or something. Then I got up at 6:30 because it's the little guy's first day at school today. So I got up at 6:30 to help get him ready, and then went back to sleep for a couple of hours. We are on our way to a road traffic collision, Tim. So we're heading to the Glenfinnan Aqueduct. Hey, what's up, Cyan? Welcome. I think it might be 4 simmers, like Alex World said. Yeah, I think it might be 4 simmers. I'm sorry, man. I can't really remember the name of it. Let me go ahead and just Google that.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, motherfucker. Who is that? Who dares say hello to me? It's Yogi. Welcome back, Yogi. Let me see. 4 Simmers trees. Realistic tree height. I think it was this thing. Yeah, it is. It is. Thanks for that, Alex. It's the 4 Simmers thing. Lee says, can't be a boys' night in. It's also illegal to cook when it's daddy daycare. Yeah. I don't know about that, but I hear what you're saying. What's up, Green Smoke on YouTube? Good to see you. How come you have to use the pedals for takeoff? On my version, the 145 yaws by itself. 145 yaws all by itself and is always centered. I have enabled the difficult flight mode and everything is on realistic as far as I know. Alright guys, just give me a little, I'll answer in a little second, just bear with me, that's my girlfriend. I'm just going to quickly answer the phone, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. That was my dearest darling. She yeah, it's nothing's wrong. She had a doctor's appointment that she had to go to today, so that was her just doing the mandatory check-in after the doctor's appointment, just letting me know that everything's okay and what the doctor said, and so we are okay. We've got a healthy pup. Good to see John Bloor in the house. Good to see John Bloor. Good to see you, brother. Welcome on board. What's up, Callie? Some of the pilot shit. Hey, Gilmere coming in.
Remember, F-35s and Apaches don't mix.
Hey, that is not true, bro. That is not true at all. In fact, that's slander, Gilmere. And I will see you in court, sir. It is great to see you, brother. Thank you so much for the tier 1 for 43 months. We're going to come right just to avoid this terrain. So yeah, my guy Greensmoke is saying, how do I have to use a pedal? I'm not sure, dude. I've got it set on the realistic flight model. All helicopters have to use pedals all the time. Hey, what's up, Baraba? Callie's back in the house. I am doing well. Thank you so much, Yogi. I will thread the needle through this terrain. Yeah, the trees look much better now. They're all smaller. Much better. I think it's only like $5 it cost to get this, so... Pennies. Pennies! So green smoke, it's not a new thing, dude. I've always had to do it. I've always had to use the pedals, bro, but I will open up my settings for you on the tablet in a second. I haven't changed anything. So let me have a look at this for you. There you go, there's my setup. Dom says, I had an Apache fly right over me yesterday while working up in a bucket. I may have cried a little bit on Twitch. Nice one, Doms. I don't get to see many Apaches down where I live. I've seen some of them when I've been out trucking. They're mainly fly in the very south of England, but I've seen a Chinook about 3 or 4 months ago flying near Birmingham, but that's about it. Alright, so we are inbound. We're about 19 minutes away, guys. We're about 40 minutes from the incident. It looks like we're probably going to take the patient to the hospital at Oban. Getting a little bit bumpy as we fly over the mountains here. Oh, Tim lives near Shawbury, you lucky man. Look at this scenery, dude. Imagine if DCS looked like this. Nice, Tim. Sounds like you live in a great place, dude. Gilmere says, geez, I have the F-35s over my house every day and I wear hearing protection a lot. Yeah, brother, if I remember rightly, you live near Lakenheath, don't you? I love Lakenheath, man. I absolutely adore that place. Capona on Twitch says, we have the next-gen fighters flying through the Lake District on a daily basis. Around about 2:30. Yeah, those will be the Lakenheath guys. Oh, sorry, you're out of Pax River. Sorry, Gilmere, I'm confusing you with somebody else, bro. I beg your pardon. Yeah, that's the is that not a marine station, Pax River? That's Navy, isn't it? Well, I've got some terrain coming up ahead, so I'm just going to go ahead and elevator us up. We're about 3,200. There we go. Right, the autopilot is severely over-torquing the rotor system. I'm actually getting a rotor warning. So I'll just bring the speed back a little bit just to get that rotor RPM back up. We have a little bit of crosswind coming from the right-hand side at about 9 knots. Nothing too major. I can go back ahead and couple onto our nav track. Hey, what's up, Sir Jota? First time chatter on Twitch. Says in Portugal you see lots of vipers. Nice. I've seen a viper at an air show. I've never seen a viper in the wild. I've never seen a wild viper. Capona asks on Twitch, how long did it take to master flying this helicopter? It's a beauty to fly. Not long. Not long. I wouldn't say it's difficult. It's difficult to fly if you don't have a lot of experience flying helicopters, but I've been flying helicopters on simulators for like 20 years, so it didn't take me too long to get the hang of it. It's a great machine. It's a lot of fun to fly. It's great looking as well. It's a beautiful aircraft. Especially with this HEMS mod that we're doing, you really can get hours and hours and hours of satisfaction out of this. It really is money well spent. Such a beautiful part of the country, this. We're now properly arriving into the Highlands. We're just to the northwest of Loch Lomond. We're 30 miles away. We're going to be there in just about 15 minutes. Fuel's good, 640 kilos. Engines look all good, T's and P's are all stable. Jerky on YouTube says, how's the flight model versus X-Plane? Not as good, dude, I'll be honest with you. All the flight models in Flight Sim are actually pretty crap. Helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft, especially the jets, they're pretty terrible. They're nothing compared to the flight models in DCS. Like, DCS is by far the best flight models you get for helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft. But it's still really enjoyable. The main takeaway for me on Flight Simulator is just how good it looks, dude. I can forgive the kind of basic flight models, especially when you're flying around in terrain that looks like this. I mean, how would you ever get bored flying around looking at this, dude? It's just incredible. Capona on Twitch says, I've just got back from a camper van trip all the way through the Highlands. Nice! Visited some gorgeous places. It was a shame there was only away 4 nights. Did you go to Glenfinnan? Did you see the Glenfinnan Aqueduct? That's where we're going right now. Von Shadow on Twitch says, will Flight Sim 24 improve? Yes. So the helicopter flight model should be much better on 24. Jerky's doing some sim racing now, planning to get back into the Flight Sim stuff, yeah. I think Flight Sim and racing sims kind of go hand in hand. A lot of crossover from the two communities in terms of like skill sets and stuff. I know a lot of avid flight simmers are also avid racing simmers. Mr. McGee on Twitch says, used to see a lot of Chinooks low overhead, always presumed they were flying to Shoeburyness, believe the MOD works a firing range of some description there. Roger that. I'm going to go ahead and just dial down the speed a little bit because the autopilot is not doing great things with the engine. Look how good this looks, guys. Bro, imagine if DCS looked like this. Oh, John Bloor. Ah, dude, surely it's too early in the day for that kind of talk. God damn it, John. I'm not even going to read that out, bro. I am not even going to read that out. Right, so we're going to get pretty close to Ben Nevis, the highest mountain in the UK. In fact, there you can see it over there. That's Ben Nevis up there. Oh my god. He's doing it again, dude. He's doing it again. 2K's Della not only dropping 1,500 bits in donations to the Twitch stream, he's just gifted out 10 tier 1 Twitch subs. You absolute legend, dude. Here's a parrot for you, bro. Oh my god, dude, another 10 gifted. Are you joking, bro? Oh my goodness. 2Ks, you're an absolute maniac. Thank you so much, brother. 20 gifted subs. That is heavy. That is some heavy duty support, brother. Thank you so much. What an absolute Chad. Have another parrot, bro. Let's get a Scottish parrot in for that one. Thank you so much, Delas. That is insanely generous, dude. Keeping the dream alive, ladies and gentlemen. That is awesome, brother. That is absolutely awesome. You've been such a great supporter of the channel, man. Thank you so much. Hey, Ped's in the house. What's up, Ped? Yeah, we're doing it, bro. I told you I would do it. Here it is. We're hemming it up. Alright. This is going to be close. I am standing by the controls. I think we're just going to make it, dude. Send it! Ah! Now that was squeaky bum time. Alright, we're in the Glencoe National Reserve Park. So this is Glencoe over here on the right hand side of the aircraft. Very famous part. I think my guy in the camper van probably drove through there. He probably went through Glencoe. Very popular tourist route. This is actually this whole thing here is actually a caldera. This is a collapsed volcano. This is the collapsed mouth of a volcano, a super volcano that went extinct millions of years ago. Grandad's been skiing up there yet? I've driven up this road hundreds of times. There's Ballachulish down there. We're closing in on Glenfinnan. We're only 13 miles away up the top of Loch Linney here. That's Fort William up there, and we can see a good view of Ben Nevis now. There we are, guys. There's the highest mountain in the United Kingdom. Ben Nevis. A lot of people get into trouble up there. A very beautiful part of the world, Vaughn, yeah. What's up, Fez? The face of Flight Sim has joined us. Welcome, young man. Good to see you, dude. We're tickling that hem snatch. Hey, Boosts, good to see you, mate. Welcome. Yeah, John, it's so rewarding, especially flying around. I have a lot of fun doing hems in London, but it just holds, it doesn't hold a candle doing HEMS in London. London HEMS is a good challenge for the airspace, but flying HEMS in the Highlands of Scotland is just so visually rewarding. Such a beautiful place to fly, man. It's a beautiful day in Scotland today, Rufus. Light winds. Alright, how far away are we? We're 5 minutes away. We're getting into the really remote parts of Scotland now. So very little people live over here. Most people in Scotland live on that side of Loch Linnhe. The population density out here is very, very sparse. This area is actually called the Jurassic Coast. All the way out here you can see the Irish Sea out there. All this bit up here is called the Jurassic Coast. The rocks out here are very, very old. Landscape's very old as well. Cool fact for you guys. All the land that you can see here, all these mountains, millions of years ago used to be part of North America. So if you were standing on, say, that mountain there, millions of years ago, you would be closer to New York than you would be to Edinburgh. Why not try HEMS in Switzerland, says Del. We have done it before, dude. We've done HEMS in Austria. We've done HEMS in France, the French Alps, where we kind of nipped over the Alps into Switzerland. I have done that before, dude. I will definitely do it again, just for you, brother. I will get a HEMS stream in the Alps. Maybe not Switzerland, maybe... So where was it we took off from? Begins with a C. Courchevel. I think it was Courchevel we did it out of, Delta. Yeah, boosts. Yeah, so that's a very good fact there. This is the same mountain range as the Appalachian mountain range. This is all part... So these mountains and the Appalachians, they all formed together millions of years ago. In fact, these mountains here and the Appalachians were formed before there was even trees on the earth. That's how old these mountain ranges are. Before there was even trees, these mountains formed. I can actually see the Glenfinnan Aqueduct there. If I zoom in, we can see that. Shout out to all you Harry Potter fans. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and disengage the upper modes because we're getting close. We are 4 miles away. So I will decouple the altitude and double tap on nav and indicated airspeed. I now have control. I'm going to start reducing collective so we can start descending down. Yeah, John, so I've got the world update now. I didn't remember the first time I streamed the world update. I didn't even have it installed, dude. But now I properly have the world update installed and it looks incredible. In the UK, and I think you're referencing the world update for Austria and the Alps and Switzerland. I've got that installed as well, so yeah, shout out to 2K's Delta. We'll do a 2K's Delta appreciation HEMS stream at some point this week if I can, if not early next week. Oh, one casualty's dead. Oh dear. See guys, unfortunately we cannot save them all. Hey, Wickedin's back, good to see you. Sorry, Wicked Toon, god damn it, I always forget to say the name right. Good to see you, Wicked. I'm going to forget the last part, bro. I'm going to just keep calling you Wicked from now on. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome along. We're just arriving at our first call for today. Alright, instant should be down here somewhere. We're looking for the emergency services. We'll start a right-hand orbit. Let's see if we can spot. There's a lot of trees, dude. There is a lot of trees, not a lot of options. I think already, we're going to be landing there where that house is. We're going to be landing in that guy's back garden. There's the Glenfinnan Aqueduct. We'll start orbiting here so we can see the incidents on the road. I can see it. I can see ambulances, fire engines, cars. So we are going to be landing down in that patch. One casualty is already dead, so we'll try and speed this up. There's the monument to Bonnie Prince Charlie, that statue you can see there. That's actually Bonnie Prince Charlie. Alright, but enough of that. Let's get our S check done. We're looking at the size, shape, slope, surrounding and surface of the landing area, all of which looks good. And we're going to talk about the approach path. We're going to approach from the water side. The wind is actually coming from directly behind us, so that's really good for the way that we want to approach. If we need to abort the arrival, we're going to abort to the right hand side just to avoid the terrain that comes up on the left hand side. If we have an engine failure, we do have some options around about where we plan to land, namely there on the right hand side near that Bonnie Prince Charlie monument. Not a huge amount of options otherwise. There is some terrain up there that we can put the aircraft in, but the slope looks pretty bad up there, so ideally we don't want to go in there if we can avoid it. I'm just going to do one more low level pass on the landing area just to make sure there's no high tension power cables or anything going over this landing spot. I don't see any cables, I don't see any high tension pylons either around about this area, so that all looks good, so we'll get set up. The wind is coming from the northeast, 040 at 10 knots. That concurs really well with the way that we want to approach. Surroundings, there's obviously a lot of trees and stuff that we can get into trouble in there, but we're going to do our descent and descent over the water. We'll get a good forward trend. We'll try for a single angle approach. We might have to stop in the hover at about 50 feet and then come down vertically. Turbulence, we're not expecting too much turbulence. The wind is quite light, but the wind's coming down over that mountain in front of us, so we might get a little bit of rotor coming out from that. Alright, let's set up. I'm going to come in at this angle, and I'm going to crab to the right hand side so I can keep a good visual on the landing area on the way down. We've got a good forward rate of descent here. The wind is coming off the nose. Thanks, Josh! Thanks for the prime. Alright, we've got a good forward trend, good angle, good visual references all around. We want to be fast but safe. Good visual trend. Rotor RPM stable, 101%. T's and P's are all looking good. Try and just increase this rate of descent slightly as we come into here. I'm going to start moving to the right just to keep the rotor wash off the guy's house there. Visual on the trees on the right hand side. Alright, bringing the power in. We'll go right to the end, give us lots of room at the back of the aircraft. And settling into ground effects. There's ground effect there. Stabilize. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Contact. Alright, we're down, just we're still flying the aircraft. Gently lower the collective just a little bit, then we'll do a seating check to make sure the aircraft's not going to roll over. A little wiggle in the pedals, and now commit to lowering the collective. Centre the pedals, centre the cycling. Alright, engines to idle. Hey Steve, it is indeed, dude. I'll give you some information in a second. Right guys, that's the engines down to idle. You can get out and go to the patient when you're ready. I'll go ahead and turn the engines off. Oh, the off switch, there we go. Alright, come on guys, get out. Takes a little while for them to work out which way they're going. Alright, the doctor and the paramedic are out. They'll make their way over to the accident scene. We'll go ahead upstairs and turn off our consumables while the engine's off. We'll grab the avionics. We'll leave the standby battery to on. I'll turn off the DC voltage in the back. I'll turn off our lavcast system. Turn the transfer pumps off as well. We'll leave the position and anti-collision lights on and just turn the strobe off. Co-pilot and pilot static heaters are also off. Emergency floats can be safed. Lavcast, we've set it off already. HTOS is still selected to mute. We grab the static heaters. And the standby battery can remain on. We'll go ahead and cut the battery. Boom. Yeah, so this is a mod. You need the you need that mod, but you also need the H145 with the action pack. Is it Hems? I've already done Hems. Yeah, there's a link, so I'll put them into YouTube for you YouTube bros as well. H145. And if I jump out here and show you just how good this mod is, guys, look at this. So the scene might look a little bit funky just because the road's a little bit small, but check this out. The paramedics are walking over, and here's the road accident here. So yeah, obviously if this was a flat road it would look really good, but look, we've got people standing here, we've got the fire engine, we've got the fire crew there, we have looks like, yeah, this is, they've crashed into each other as well. We've got the police, we've got some more traffic. So it is really well done. Some very suggestive sounds coming out from this accident, guys. Get your minds out the gutter, guys. This girl's actually kind of cute. We've seen her before. Alright, so the medics will go and do their thing. I'll quickly give you guys a little Scottish tour here. So this is a monument to Bonnie Prince Charlie, the young pretender. Not done that well. Looks a little bit like yeah, I don't think that's supposed to be viewed that up close, but in real life it looks quite nice. That is a monument to Bonnie Prince Charlie there. This is the Glenfinnan Aqueduct, which was very famous before Harry Potter came along. It's even more famous now. In fact, Parallel 42, I need to remember to buy this, guys. Damn it, I should have bought this for today's stream. Parallel 42 have like a very cheap little payware add-on pack that sends a steam train across this bridge. So I will make sure that I buy that for one of the future Hem streams, guys, and we'll come back. We'll come back to this this location and we'll maybe see the steam train. But look how gorgeous that view is, dude. Look at that. That is absolutely stunning. Rodri's in the house. Good to see you, Rodri. I so much wanted this add-on. Unfortunately, my currency is worth nothing, so it's really expensive. Ah, sorry to hear that, bro. Look at that view, guys. Look at that view.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hey, Gabby, welcome, dude. I hope you're feeling better. I think it is where the Hogwarts Express goes by, dude. I think that's basically what it's supposed to be, is the Hogwarts Express. Alright. We're not sure how long we're going to be here for. I am going to just hop off the good foot and make a quick cup of coffee, guys. I will be right back after these messages.
You're watching Maverick. Stick around for more content after the break.
Okay, champs, kettle is boiling. John Patton says, let's get some fish and chips before another flight. It's a little bit early in the day for fish and chips. Alright, here comes one of our boys back. So it looks like we are taking at least one casualty. Unfortunately, one of them has died. You can't save them all, I'm afraid. Flybad's in the house. Good to see you, Fly. Glenfinnan Viaduct was the largest concrete structure in the world when it was constructed. Nice little useless fact for you there, says Flybad on Twitch. Dude, that's not useless at all. I will remember that for future streams. Thank you so much. Alright, so these guys will get a stretcher out, and yeah, by the time they get to the patient, get the patient on a stretcher, bring the stretcher back, we should be ready with a coffee to get the aircraft started back up. Is there a goat screaming in the sim? I hope not. What's up, Ella Boo? Stop barking at people in the street. Hup. You're a cheeky pup. Yes, you are. You're the cheekiest pup I've ever met. Alright, I'm going to go quickly finish making this coffee, dudes. I'll be right back. Puppy dog. Cheeky puppy dog. Yes. Yes. Where's the booze? Where's that booze? Right. Let's check out what this sitch is. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, what is going on? The Dr. McKinnon Memorial Hospital, where is that? Destination G-Spot, isn't that always the way, guys? Isn't that always the way? Right, let's go for... Is this open? Oh, it's so hard to do this with track IR on. Here we go, we'll take that. Go down to Oban. This looks like our closest hospital. I do confirm. Alright, so we'll go ahead and clear that. Where's the boys? Are they back yet? They are just coming over the brow now, so we'll go ahead and get the master battery switch back on. Through the test. I don't have scenery for Fort William boosts. It doesn't kind of recognise that there's a Fort William hospital in the game, unfortunately, so that's not really an option for us. Alright, power up test is okay. I'll go ahead. George, out you get, brother, fast you can. The casualty is on her way. Or on his way, I'm not sure. I'm just a pilot, guys. I don't ask too many questions, dude. Alright, co-pilot is in position. We'll go ahead and check the prime pumps are on. We'll turn the strobe on just to let the guys know that we're about to start. And start on one.
Man down! 11:30. Hip in distress.
Alright, patient is in. Engine 1 is up. Let's go for 2. Prime pump off for 1, transfer pump on. Alright, 2 is coming up. 2's up. Frame off, transfer on. Standby batteries on, avionics, DC voltage, lavcast to passenger, emergency floats because we're going over the water, co-pilot, pilot, static heaters are on, we have the lights, primes are off, transfer pumps are on, HTOS is set to mute, we have the DC voltage, everything looks good, hydraulics are set, we'll come down to AP1, AP2, and as soon as George gets in we'll go for flight. Hey Shadow, welcome back! Flight on 1, guarded. Flight on 2, guarded. Collective is guarded. Right, while the engines are coming up, we'll do a quick departure brief. So, we're going to do a Category Alpha departure from our current position. What I'm going to do is take the aircraft off and bring it right to the edge here. And then we're going to come out and aft. There's a lot of trees around us on either side, so I want to go back in a straight line with the tail facing that way. We're going to clear those structures, we'll get through our decision height of 150 feet, and then we'll turn around and start flying towards the hospital. If we have an engine failure on the way out before our decision height, we'll attempt to all rotate back into this position. I'll try and keep the touchdown point in the chin window as we go out. If we have an engine failure after takeoff, we have after decision height as we're flying away, we have another field over here that we can auto rotate into. There's also some more options over on the other side of the water. We're clear on the right hand side, the doors are shut. We're clear on the left hand side and the rear doors are also shut. Alright, looking straight ahead, power is coming in. Hey V Flyer, good to see you brother, welcome. Alright, standing on the left pedal, aircraft's light on the skids, commit on the power, 3, 2, 1. Up we go. Stabilise any ground effect, we're pulling below the blue line, there's no warnings from the master list. T's and P's are checked, they're all in the green, the rotor RPM is stable at 101%. Let's come forward to give us as much room as we can for this manoeuvre. Not too close to the trees. Alright, stable in ground effect, let's come out Category Alpha. Up we go. Power's coming up above the blue line as we do this. We've got a good climb. Rotor RPM still stable 101%. We're clear of the trees. T's and P's are looking good. Alright, we're through our decision height. Clear on the right, clear on the left. We're going to fly away. Stand on the right pedal with a side click forward. Power's back below the blue line now. We're well through ETL. Rotor RPM still stable at 101% and decreasing. T's and P's are all good. There's no warnings from the master list. The instruments are set and checked. De-icing is not a factor. Alright, we have to get around this mountain here on the left, so rather than go over it, we're going to get some good airspeed and go around it up this valley here. 20% for the Buster in Chief. Always good to see you, Hayden. Somebody just flew over the top of us. Look at that. Traffic. Traffic. Okay, we're flying away. Rotor RPM now stable at 98%. Casualty is looking good. We're going to go right up this valley here. Helicopter! Helicopter! HTOS is a little slow today. Alright, I'm still hand flying the aircraft. Once I get up this valley, I will engage our upper modes. So I'm chucking as much torque through the system as I can. It has been asked a million times, Von Shadow, but that's okay, bro. That's why I stream, dude, to help educate people, not just to show off and be a narcissist. So it's called a Category Alpha departure. The reason why we do it, we only do it in...
Are you not entertained?
We do it in multi-engine helicopters. We wouldn't ever do that in a single-engine helicopter. The reason for it is if we have an engine failure, we can then attempt to auto-rotate back down to the place that we took off from. So obviously, if we took off and started just flying straight forward and had an engine failure, lots of trees and obstacles and things that we can collide with. However, if we take off and start coming backwards and up, if we have an engine failure, then we can just... Oh shit, I didn't show you guys the hands on the takeoff. Sorry guys. Talking with my hands here, and you can't even see them. If we take off from the landing zone and fly straight forward, have an engine failure, crash into trees, buildings and stuff like that. If we take off from the landing zone and come up and backwards, if the engine fails, then we can just auto-rotate, or attempt certainly to auto-rotate just back down to where we took off from. Alright, we're away. Some gorgeous scenery, dudes. Absolutely gorgeous scenery. Weather is no factor today. What a beautiful day to fly. We are just flying towards our track line to the hospital. We are 23.5 miles away. It'll take us about 11 minutes to get there. So we would never do that in a single engine helicopter, just because in a single engine helicopter we have different priorities, whereas in a multi-engine helicopter, if one engine fails, we can rely on the other engine to pedal as fast as it can to keep the rotor RPM to a suitable amount, and then attempt to auto-rotate back into where we took off from. In a single engine helicopter, if we were to do that manoeuvre and the engine failed on the way backwards as we're climbing up, we're dead. We're just going to fall. There's no way we're going to be able to maintain the rotor RPM to be able to auto-rotate back safely to the ground. So in real life, when we fly single engine helicopters, our priority is actually airspeed. So rather than getting the altitude as fast as we can, we want to get through effective translational lift and get some good airspeed across the rotor disc, and then start climbing away, so that if the engine fails, we have some good airspeed going through the system to keep that rotor turning while we try and perform that emergency auto-rotation. Alright, upper modes, talk to me. Altitude, heading, airspeed. I'll go ahead and couple up to nav. What if the landing zone is a wide open field? Is only... Yeah, so SimJazz, that's a great question, dude. So in wide open fields, we can do what's called a category Bravo departure, which is very similar to the single engine one. So in multi-engine helicopters, in fact, pretty much almost in all helicopters, we have what is called a VTOS speed. And that stands for our velocity takeoff safety speed, VTOS. And it's not on there just now because we're through it, but in this helicopter that is 45 knots. So what the procedure would be is that we would take the aircraft off, we would do a quick power check and ground effect to make sure that the rotor RPM is stable, the engines are performing like they should be, and then we would accelerate at about 10 to 15 feet above the ground. We would stay at that altitude until we get through VTOS, which is around about 45 knots. And then we would start climbing the aircraft out after that point. And we would stay at about 45 knots until we get through our decision height, which, depending on the obstacles and the terrain, just for a hypothetical, would be 150 feet. In real life, they have different requirements based on what the obstacles are around the aircraft for what their decision height is going to be. So you would accelerate at about 10 to 20 feet above the ground. You would accelerate to VTOS. Once you got to VTOS, you would start climbing at VTOS until you get through your decision height, and that's when you would start accelerating the aircraft faster, above 45 knots, and climbing up to whatever your outbound altitude is. Alright, we're clear of the terrain. It is a straight line all the way to Oban now. We are 7 minutes away. We're 15 miles away, guys. I'm going to step away for just 3 or 4 minutes, and I will be right back. Get you a nice view before I go here first. Get a quick bio break, guys. I'll be right back. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like button. Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry, I have a crazy puppy dog that demands my attention. Right. Thanks, Jazz. Hey, Clark. Thank you, brother. Sorry, YouTube. I'm not ignoring you guys. Right, we are 5.8 miles away. We'll be there in 3 minutes. I'll start descending the aircraft down. So we're going into a prepared landing surface. We're landing on a helipad, which means we don't need to circle round. The reason why we circle round, you might think, dude, it's a... Hold on while I sip some coffee. You might think, with a rescue helicopter, surely the priority is to land as fast as possible. And while that is the case, we still want to be safe, right? So we're trying to operate the same way they do in real life. In real life, they'll always circle the landing area at least twice. The reason why we're doing that, we do something what's called our P-SWAT check. So the P for P-SWAT is power. We check how much power we have available. That changes depending on how strong the wind is, how heavy the aircraft is. The S in P-SWAT stands for our 5S check, which is we're checking the size of the landing area, we're checking the surface of the landing area, we're checking the slope of the landing area to make sure it's in limits for the aircraft. We are checking the surroundings of the landing area, and also the shape of the landing area as well, to make sure that all those things check out. And part of the checking the surroundings is, the main thing we're looking at is high tension power cables. That's the main thing we're trying to avoid, because power lines and aircraft don't get on. W for P-SWAT is the wind. We're checking the wind direction. T is the terrain. Sorry, I missed out. A is our approach and abort procedure. What we're going to do if the engine fails, which direction are we going to approach the landing area from. And the final T in P-SWAT is for terrain. We're looking around for, again, obstacles, anything that can cause a lot of noise if we run into it. So we don't need to do that on prepared strips, because we have space, and there's not going to be any high tension power cables over a helipad. I can see the hospital and the helipad just behind it there. The wind is coming from behind us, so I'm going to approach with a bit of a crosswind. I see a high tension tower there. I'll just avoid him. So we'll go slightly to the right hand side, and I'll come around to the left, and we'll approach with the nose into wind as much as possible. There's a lot of terrain on the south side of the helipad, so I can't come straight in with the nose into wind, but luckily the helicopter has a lot of power available, and the wind isn't too strong where that's going to be a factor for us. Alright, we're watching the rotor RPM now, checking that's building up towards 101%. The engines are good, T's and P's are all in the green. The windsock on the pad is actually showing the wrong direction. So this is going to be a bit of a tricky approach. I have quite a lot of trees in between me and the landing area right now. I'm going to start bringing the nose round into wind as best I can, and I will approach, slipping to the side. Alright, rotor RPM is at 99% now. Good visual references forward. I see that pain in the ass tree right in between me and the landed spot, so I'm going to approach with the nose into wind. Monitoring the rotor RPM, stable at 101%. Good forward trend, engines are green. Good visual on those two trees there. I'll clear those and then we'll move right. Good forward trend, good engines, good rotor. Coming forward, there's those trees. Just give it a little extra second and we're clear now, moving right. Coming into ground effect and stabilize. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Contact. Gently lower the collective and center the pedals and the cyclic. Right, so is this, I'm trying to remember what my binds are. That's it there, and oh, that's the wrong button. I want that, and I want that. Nope, I want that. What's for engine 2? Maybe that one. Yes, right, nice. Thanks, guys. Hey, Ben Parsons in the house. I love this guy. Good to see you again, Ben. Welcome. Ben Parson has joined us on YouTube. A real world aviator. Guy is a commercial airline pilot. A great supporter of the stream. Good to see you, sir. Welcome. Thank you, paramedics. So we'll see the patient get off-boarded. Shadow on Twitch says, is 101% rotors just to give max possible command of... Exactly, dude. So when we're flying above our velocity takeoff speed, we have enough air passing over the rotor system to essentially help the rotor to keep turning, if I can simplify it like that. When we slow down, we don't have that same airflow coming over the rotor disc. So what the aircraft will do is that'll command a higher RPM on the rotor disc. So generally speaking, depending on the altitude, it'll be about 101%. Sometimes it's as high as 103, 104%. Anything above kind of 104, 105%. When we pull power at that point, the engines can't. When we pull collective at that point, the engines can't generate enough power to keep the rotor spinning at that speed. So we have to be very careful. That's why we're always. This isn't the gauge that tells them what the rotor RPM is right now. So right now the rotor RPM is at 78%. We're on the ground with the engines in idle. We'll skip the paperwork here. Paperwork skip, get the guys back in the aircraft. You can get back in now, guys. Yeah, so very, very, very important to be monitoring the rotor RPM. We're also checking the T's and P's of the engine, making sure that both engines are... that we have torque sharing between both engines. There's no asymmetry between the power that the engines are delivering. Engine oil pressures, hydraulic pressure and everything, all that's checked out in the green. Alright, end mission. Nice one, guys. So I've got time for one more, and then unfortunately I need to go. I've got to go and do the school run today. So high altitude places like Mexico City would require a lot more... Exactly, dude, yeah. So it's also not just like Mexico City. When we're doing rescues off the side of mountains and stuff like that, we have to very closely monitor the rotor RPM, especially when the aircraft is heavy or it's very hot outside. If it's very hot outside, the density altitude increases with temperature. So even though we might, for example, we might be... in your example, Mexico City, 5,000 feet, right? If it's very warm, then even though the aircraft is at 5,000 feet, the rotor system feels like it's at 6,500 feet because the hotter the air is, the less dense the air is. So even though the aircraft, we know we're at 5,000 feet, the aircraft's going to perform like it's at 6,000 or 6,500, depending on how warm it is. So again, that's just another reason why we're constantly making all these checks as we're coming in to make sure that we're going to be okay. Right, dispatch info. Alright, how do I get another one? Command field. Alright, missions. You take care, Silver. Thanks so much for watching. This is 2020, Ben. 24 isn't out until November, brother. Right, single player. We need to connect again on the radio. Alright, we're connected. Is there a limit of how cold the OAT can be for safe operation? So kind of, Simjazz. So that it really depends on what the humidity is like outside. So generally speaking, the colder it is, the better for us. The colder it is, the denser the air is going to be. So we'll get more lift. So in that same example, if we were flying at 5,000 feet and it was like minus 15 degrees Celsius, the aircraft's going to perform like it's at 4,000 feet. Now, these are just numbers that I'm making up. I don't know what the exact numbers are. But yeah, if it's very cold and it's raining or there's snow, obviously that's a big factor for us with icing. trying to find a mountain rescue one here. A car's crashed. We've just been to a road traffic collision. I want to try and find a rescue off a mountainside if I can. Here's injuries have been reported on a camping peak. We'll go ahead and take that one. I don't have a lot of time today, guys, unfortunately, so I don't want to go through all the incidents and try and find a good one. Right, where does this want me to go? Alright, I want it to give me the option to select the location that I want. Ah, see, it hasn't done that. So I'm going to abort this one. Abort mission. Refresh the index. Random and everywhere, because I want to be able to choose where the incident is so that we can do it. We'll do a winch rescue. Thanks for lurking, Wicked. Single player. Next dispatch. About a sick hiker. This is perfect. This is perfect. Custom location. Full scene. Alright, so we're in Oban. What I'll do is I'll do it in Glencoe, because that's a beautiful place. It's also not too far from here. So there's Fort William. And what I'll do is I'll change the map to topographical. And there's Glencoe there, coming through. So we will put the injured hiker, waiting for the map to load there. There we go. We'll put the injured hiker try to find like a, there we go. We'll just do, how close is that to that road? Oh, where's the road? There, it's there. Try to find, there's a nice little cave here somewhere. It's not really a cave, it's just a bit of a, well, I tell you what, we'll stop messing around and we'll just do it here. Accept destination. Alright, while that's doing that, I'll get the engines back up. So we'll go flight on 1. That's idle. That's not a button. Flight. Flight, there we go, and get those guarded. Alright, so see the rotor RPM's up 104% now. That I'm expecting that, because we're about sea level, that should come down to about 101%. We're checking that we have torque sharing from the engines. T's and P's are all okay. We have no warnings from the master list. Rotor RPM at 103% now. Down to 102, it'll stabilise around about 101. Check on the right hand side, make sure the doors are closed and we're clear. Left doors are closed, we're clear, and the rear door is closed. The wind is coming straight ahead. We're going to do the Cat A procedure that we done on the last incident, but because we have those large trees behind us, we can't just start coming back, guys, or we're going to hit something. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into the hover, do a quick power check, and then we're going to climb vertically up to about 50 feet so we clear the trees behind us, and then we'll start coming aft with the nose into wind. We'll go for a decision height of 200 feet and then we'll fly away. Clear on both sides. Alright, rotor RPM is stable at 101%. We are bringing in the power, looking straight ahead, waiting for the aircraft to get light. It will start to skid to the right slightly as we're just slowly increasing collective here. There's the skid. Stand on the left pedal and now commit on collective. 3, 2, 1. Up we go. Stabilise into ground effect. Check the rotor RPM is holding around about 100%, 101%. We are pulling below the blue line on the power band. T's and P's are all okay. And fuel is checked at 485 kilos. Clear on both sides. Up we go. Alright, there's 50 feet. We'll start coming aft now. Move the nose into wind. Up we go. I can actually pull the power up above the blue line during this manoeuvre. There we are, through 200 feet. Clear on both sides. Power back down below the blue line now. Alright, we are through 45 knots. Check that the rotor RPM is holding. Power's below the blue line, engines look good. And we're coming right. Airspace is clear ahead, the weather looks good. Clark says, what about the poor people that you skipped over on the incidents? I'm sure a road ambulance will get those, brother. I've got content to create. Alright, we're up. We'll go ahead and gauge the upper modes now. Altitude, heading, airspeed. I will couple up to nav as well. I'm going to bring the airspeed back just a little bit as I request the aircraft to climb. Take some of that momentum from our airspeed and transfer that into altitude. Right, 2,200 should be good for now. We're climbing at 100 knots. There's the airfield at Oban there. I've landed there in real life with my best friend when he was doing his hour building in his PPL. What's up, Onion? Welcome. Alright, we're getting up to our selected altitude. Check the QNH. Still on 1018. Alright, I can start accelerating now. And you can see now that we're in the air, the rotor RPM is 97%, now that we have a lot of air moving through the system. What's up, Schneeber? How are the helicopters in flight sim compared to DCS? The flight models are not as good. DCS has the best flight models available on the public market. But flight sim helicopters are just amazing for the scenery you get to fly around in, dude. Look at this. You don't get this in DCS. Look at how beautiful this is, dude. So even though the flight models are not as good, it's still very rewarding to fly helicopters in flight sim. How dare you, Gabby? So we're going to be doing a winch rescue next, which, and this aircraft is a little bit realistic for this aircraft specifically. In real life, it doesn't actually have a hoist. So you see the hoist on the side there. In real life, this aircraft doesn't have this hoist fitted. Any hoist rescues have to be done by the Coast Guard, the HMCG. But I really enjoy the challenge of doing winch rescues, so I just slap on the hoist and we just bend the rules a little bit. I can see from my synthetic display that we are going to collide with this mountain here, which is obviously bad. So we'll go ahead and climb up a little bit and make sure we clear that. So I'm commanding an altitude climb from the autopilot now. And it's over torquing my engines because it sucks. As a result, the rotor RPM is getting quite low, so I'm going to dial down the airspeed and just say, hey, go ahead and climb me at 100 knots and then we'll get some good climb performance. And I see the rotor RPM is recovering. Alright, 2,900 feet, we'll start accelerating. We're not far, we're going to be there in 10 minutes. It's only about 14 miles away. In fact, I'll be there in less than 10 minutes. So the winch rescues are always quite challenging. We have a very good auto hover system in this aircraft, which really helps out. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to manually hover the aircraft over the casualty. Then I'll engage auto hover so that I can switch to this view, and we'll watch the winch actually go down and rescue the patient. And then unfortunately guys, it's going to be time for me to go. I got to get ready to do the school run. It's the first day back at school for the little man. My girlfriend took him to school this morning and said the traffic was absolutely awful, so I'm going to leave like 20 minutes early for the school run and hopefully get there in time. Oh, nice, Gabby, nice. What are you going to fly first? Gabby said on Twitch that he's just got his new PC set up with the 4090 graphics card. HTOS is letting the team down today. Alright, I'm going to command the autopilot to come left rather than climbing again. We'll just go around this terrain. You hated school, the only thing about becoming a pilot, going to school again. Yeah, you got that lot of that coming, bro. You probably spend more time in a classroom than you consecutively as you did in the school. We're going to try the Phoenix first in Flight Sim. Hashtag boo. How about be a real man, bro? Fly the 777. How dare you. Right, so this could be a really challenging rescue. I'm just looking at the direction that the wind is coming from. The wind is coming from like this direction here. Now I know this part of the world very well, and if we have to have the nose into wind, it might be quite tricky for us to get the aircraft over the casualty, but we'll just have to work it out as we go. I would love to live here, dude. If I could get fibre optic broadband. Oh, Tricky, you legend!
Come rescue me on Mount Pleasure, Big Daddy.
Ah, Tricky Tricker, one of my favourite streamers in the whole world, dude. Welcome, great to see you, brother. Another real world professional. We got a couple of real world commercial pilots watching the stream today. Welcome on board, dude. Great to see you as always, big dog. Thank you so much for the tier 1 for 49 months. What an absolute chad. Guys, if you don't know who Tricky Tricker is, make sure you drop him a follow. He was the very first person I ever subscribed to on Twitch. And I think I've been a subscriber for like 60 months or something crazy, dude. Maybe not 60 a month. I know it's a long time. I don't like Airbus, Grandad. Come on. Even though Tricky Tricker is an Airbus captain. That's not enough for me, bro. I want to fly Boeings. Alright, we're just coming into Glencoe now. I'm going to go ahead and take over from the upper modes here. So the autopilot on this aircraft is always on. It's a little bit like an Airbus with a fly-by-wire. We never turn the autopilot off. All we do is turn off the upper modes. So we have upper and lower modes in the autopilot. The lower modes we never disengage. The upper modes, things like heading, altitude, airspeed and stuff like that, we can disengage those and hand fly it, but the autopilot is always in command. In real life, like 90% of the time they're flying this aircraft in real life is always with the upper modes engaged. Alright, so we're rescuing somebody off of one of these mountains here, guys. This is going to be proper tricky. Good job we got Tricky Tricker in the house. Alright, I think I've been stupid, dude. I think I've put him right up here somewhere. So this is going to be a very interesting rescue. So we can see the casualties there on the map. So they're up there somewhere now. It's just a single hiker we're looking for. So it might be quite difficult to spot. I'm not anticipating I'm having any smoke flares or anything like that. There's some traffic up ahead there. Passing right to left by the looks of it. That is BVX. That's a 787 going from London Heathrow to Tokyo. That is a hell of a flight, dude. Right, so we are in Glencoe. Casualty is up here somewhere on the right. This might take a minute to find this guy. I might have put him in the worst place possible. Right, I'm going to start slowing down.
Helicopter, helicopter.
In fact, it looks like it is this ridge line here. What's up, Mad? So the guy should be on this ridge line here somewhere. It's always weird when the graphics load in like that. Alright, we're slowing down. Alright, it should be somewhere on this peak. Oh, I think I see him, dude, already. Look, I think that's him there. Dude, what a spot. What a spot that was. Nice. Alright, this actually works out really well for me for coming in. Look at that view, dude. Holy shit. What a view that is. That is something special. Right, the wind is coming from directly behind us, so I'm going to do a U-turn in this valley. I want to give myself as much room as possible to do this, so I'm going to come over to the left and then spin around. Monitoring the rotor RPM, I'm seeing it building through 99%. Engines are good. Alright, wind coming from about our 2 o'clock position. I'm going to slow down so that I can take my hands off the controls and turn on the hoist. Obviously in real life the other guy would do this. But I am but a humble solo pilot. Hoist, 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 where is it? There's there. Hoist is armed. Whoa, turbulence. Alright, I need to actually select hoist in the menu as well. Preparing for rescue operation. I've cycled hoist from off to on. Alright, good. Alright, so this all looks good. Right, so the wind is off the nose at the moment. Rotor RPM stable at 102%. I'm going to keep coming forward. I can see the guy. See the yellow bag? I can see him there. Those trees on the left are going to cause me a bit of an issue. This is going to be a bit tricky, but I got the power of Tricky watching over me. Rotor RPM still stable, 102%. Engines are good. Got a good forward trend coming in here.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor. Hey, White Eagle. I think you were the guy on. Did you come in the other day on YouTube? I think you said hello to me, bro, and I didn't catch your comment in time. All right, I can see him down there at my feet. Keep coming in. I see the trees on the left. I don't want to drift further left. Keep coming forward. And I feel like I'm right above him now. Maybe just a little bit more down and to the right. I'm going to stabilise here. Alright, forward. I'm going to switch to this cool view for you guys. Keep coming forward. And I'll come right a little bit and down. Alright, I'm going to hold here. And I think I have to select begin hoisting, yep. Wait, see how cool this is. I think I might need to be a bit lower. Right, autopilot is trying to kill me. Right, come on, dude, start hoisting them up. How low do you want me to be? What's my rad out? Well, rad out is 60 feet, just a little bit lower. Right, come on, there's 50 feet. Surely that's low enough. Keep the height between 40 and 130 feet. I'm definitely low enough. Begin hoisting, bro. There we go. Right, let's get the first man out. Let's go. How cool is that, chat? How cool is that, guys? Alright, first man's down. I think so. There's a glitch. That second guy shouldn't be there already. I'm pretty sure we put another guy down. Yep. Go, bro, save lives! Stop looking at me and go. Are we having a steering contest? What's going on here, bro? Rescue the mount and go! Alright, we can fly away now. Go ahead and close this. Disconnect that. Turn off the hover. And
Man
we're coming to the
down.
right.
1130. Hip in distress.
So the reason why we go away is to give the medical team peace. We want to give them time to get their job done without a helicopter buzzing right over the top of them, all that downdraft, all that noise. So we fly away and we'll just enter into an orbit. Obviously, we want to be super careful here. We're lower than a lot of the terrain around us.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What's cool is we can still see out this view here because we've still got the door open. So if I just get myself trimmed for a little orbit and then switch to this view. We've got the door closed now. So our medical team are on this peak here. I think it's that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is that one.
I'm Scottish.
You're not Scottish, Gabby. We are in Scotland, though. So our boys are down there somewhere. Yeah, there they are there. How cool is this, guys? How cool is this? Where am I? Right, just make sure I'm not going to collide with that mountain over there. So I've got the aircraft autopilot set up to hold the altitude and the airspeed. We're holding about 90 knots. And when they're ready, patient's vital signs are failing. Code 1, that's bad, dude. Code 1 is the worst code possible. So we're just waiting on the medical team to say that they have stabilised the patient and we can come back in. I can't play the bagpipes, no, but someone in my family can. Alright, this is getting a bit precarious. We'll bump the altitude up just a little bit. How dare you, John? How dare you? That is slander, bro. Such a beautiful game. You don't get this in DCS. Destination G-spot? Isn't that always the case? Alright, I'm going to disengage the upper modes and I'm going to take over again. You have to have a mod tutorial. If you type in !HEMS, you'll get a link to the mod. Hey, Clint, I am Helimed 5. Alright, that's been enough time for the patient to get stabilised. I've noticed that on this recent update that they used to call you back in. They would come on the radio and say, ready for you to approach and begin hoisting. But I've noticed a few times on these winch rescues recently that they don't do that. They only do that when I fly back in close again. So I'm going to come back around and get set up into the hover. So the wind is at 12 knots. So ideally I want to approach with the nose into the wind. So I'm going to start coming down, comms coming down the line on the telecommunications device. Alright, I'm going to start slowing down. Ah, this game is so beautiful. Alright, a little bit of left pedal just to maintain that momentum. I don't want to dump it all out. Alright, happy to approach with a bit of a crosswind. As long as I've got the wind on the front of the aircraft, I'm happy. Alright, rotor RPM is stable at 103%. T's and P's are looking good. Just trying to get a visual on the casualty. I know that it was near those big trees. Yeah, I can see them. Alright, good forward trend. Rotor RPM stabilised at 102%. The engines are good. Wind's coming from the 2 o'clock. I'm happy with this angle coming in. I got good visuals on the trees on the left. See the medical crew. Alright, good forward trend. We're going to start to drift right. We're now within winching altitude. Alright, stop the descent here. And position as close as we can. That's probably about right there. Manually hover the aircraft first. Now engage the auto hover with the altitude. Oh, I think the patient's coming. Oh, dude, this is so cool. Winch is going down. The DCS helicopters are much better, Clint. Make sure the aircraft is reacting to the weight change. So the aircraft wants to sink. Just making sure that the aircraft is adding a bit more power for the additional weight that we're taking on board, and it did that nicely. Although, are we sinking? 73 feet rad. 74, now we're okay. Right, let's get our boy back. He's on. Bit glitchy. Alright, let's get our door shut. Like it! Right, so normally I'd be flying away right now, but because I have to do some bits and bobs first, we'll just hold position for a little sec. That one. Turn track IR off because it's a nightmare otherwise. Accept destination. Accept. Right. Casualties in. Disengage out. Disengage GTC.
4, 6, right, 3.
Alright, casualty is code 1, so we want to try and get to the hospital as fast as we can. Hey, Sheriff, thank you so much for the Prime for 3 months. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for the continued support, sir. Alright, make a decision, left or right. We're going to go right. Alright, so the clock is ticking. I am flying pretty much at the maximum speed the aircraft is capable of. So if it doesn't make it, it's not on me. I'm going to start dialing in some upper modes here so I can take my hands off. I'm trying, Gabby, I'm trying. Alright, we're dialed in just under 2,000 feet. Start coming left. This blue line is our track. That's as the crow flies. That's direct. It would have taken too long to climb over the mountains there, so I'd rather just get ground speed, get moving. Our ETA is 7 minutes. So we're landing back at the same hospital. So we know what the winds are like there. We know obviously they might change a little bit, but we know what we're expecting. Patient is code 1, which is the highest priority assigned by the medical team. So it's absolutely imperative that we get them there as fast as we can, but at the same time it's very important obviously that we keep the aircraft safe. No point in crashing the aircraft into a hospital just trying to rush things too much. So we're going to try and land as quickly as we can, but also as safely as we can. We're not wanting to endanger anybody on the ground or in the aircraft. We're 6 minutes out. If you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying the show, please hit that like button. It really helps to promote the video across YouTube into other people's feeds, and lets people that don't know about the channel know about what we're doing here and hopefully join the community. We've got a nice tailwind that's helping us out. That's definitely a bonus. We're doing 137 knots across the ground. Across the ground. So not quite as fast as the Chinook, but still moving. Oh, nice. Thanks, peeps. That's a great idea. I don't think I've ever seen a Chinook air ambulance. I've seen Chinooks do heli logging, which was a really cool thing to watch. Peeps. Alright, no more mountains in front of us, so we can descend down to about 1100 feet. What do you have on my MFDs? Asks Fraga on YouTube. So on this screen I have a nav display, which is very similar to what you guys can see there in that center display. And on this screen I have VATSPI that shows me where all the other aircraft on VATSIM are, which controllers are online, what airspace is being controlled, yada yada yada. Hey, Global Strike Force, welcome back. Alright, we're just coming into Oban now. There's the bridge at Oban, there's the airfield. I'm going to offset a little bit to the right because of the way that the wind is blowing over the helipad. I need to approach from the right hand side and then do a big left turn to get onto the pad. See if the patient is still alive. Patient's still alive, guys. Hold on, sir! We'll get you there as soon as we can, bro. How's his vitals? Vitals are looking good. Okay, 4 miles out. I'm going to take over here. Altitude, heading, airspeed. Alright, I have control. Okay, here's Oban just coming up on the left. Hey, Pompey Lado, that's okay, my friend. Alright, remember there's a big tower somewhere, there's a big mast on this hill. Alright, fast but safe. I can see the helipad, I can see the hospital. It is good, Fredo, isn't it? It looks incredible. Where we just done this winch rescue from was absolutely gorgeous. I would go around the right hand side of the TV mast and then start J-hooking round. Alright, here we go. I am way too fast for this stage, but the guy is code 1, so... Alright, here we go. Big effort to slow down. Alright, rotor RPM is building. Engines are good. Keep the nose up, keep the collective down. Alright, nose is into wind, good forward trend, good visibility on the landing area. Rotor RPM is still at 98%. I am way too fast. Rotor RPM coming up through 100 to 101. T's and P's are looking good on the left. Keep this forward trend coming in. Clear the trees on the right hand side. Start to move right. Contact. Alright, get him out, get him out. Thanks, dudes. Where you going with that stretcher, bro? Get it to the back of the aircraft. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Tricky. Alright, patient is out. I'm still doing it, Daniel. It's going to take a while, though. How dare you? It's a happy day, peeps, not a sad day. Alright, let's get back in the aircraft if I can remember how to... There we go. Right. The patient made it, guys. We saved him. We did it, guys. We did it together. Alright, skip the paperwork. Alright, dudes, normally what we would do now is fly back to the base at Glasgow or one of the base up to Inverness, but unfortunately I need to go. I have the school run to get ready for, and I don't want to be late for the little guy, so I'm going to have to leave it there. But thank you so much for watching. This was an awesome stream, guys. Really happy to be back in Hems. It's always a good time flying Hems, dude. It's always good fun, especially in this amazing aircraft, man. It's such a treat to fly this aircraft around about Scotland, and the scenery is just incredible. Massive thanks to all the brand new subscribers on YouTube, all the brand new followers on Twitch. Huge shout out to my man 2K's Delta, the absolute VIP of the stream. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted tier 1 subs. What an absolute chad. Thanks again to the Sheriff K for the Prime for 3 months. Tricky Tricker, the man, the myth, the legend, tier 1 for 49 months. Thank you so much, brother, for the continued support. That means an awful lot, Tricky. Thank you, man. Josh TC, thank you for the Prime for 2 months, 7 months in total. Thanks to Gilmere for the tier 1 for 43 months. What an absolute boss, dude. That's a huge amount of support, dude. 43 months. Thanks, Gilmere. 2K's Delta for the 20 gifted subs and the 1500 tiggled bitties. Thank you for that, dude. Pilot 1290 for the tier 1 on Twitch. That is my my good brother over coming the cross-platform support from YouTube. yeah, thanks to all you guys for watching. My brother's in the house, Dark Moor's in the house. Good to see you, young man. I need to quickly get off and do the school run, unfortunately. I can't stick around. I will try and get on later on today and see if I can do another stream if I have time, but if not, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Look after yourselves, your friends and your families. Do something nice for a stranger if you can, ladies and gentlemen. Top Gun in volleyball. I am not Scott Manley. Fly safe.